Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Taurus, October 4, 2022. The moon in your home sector all day inclines you to want to refresh, particularly through familiar activities. At this time of the lunar month, you need to process, digest, and connect with your feelings and needs. Your spirits are high, and you can be pleased with matters that seem to be settling, although you could be waiting for an answer. It's not an ideal time to make final decisions with Mercury approaching a station, but you can learn a lot from your experiences. Transits do tend to stir some tension in close relationships, but getting in touch with the desire to grow and improve at the heart of this stress can help you tame restlessness. Later today, someone could have a wonderful influence on your personal awareness. Break out the music, it's time to celebrate. As our lesser benefic, sweet Venus, the goddess planet, turns a corner, she will link eyes across the sky with majestic Jupiter, the planet of joy. You won't be able to get any work done, so focus exclusively on living in alignment with your heart's lust and desires. You will feel the urge to let loose, have fun, and socialize, so don't fight it. Today's rays are especially sweet, enhancing your creativity and charm. If single, attend a mixer or try to meet someone new through friends. Everyone will be in the mood to laugh. What do you need to do to feel financially balanced? You may need to reconsider some of your commitments or arrangements when Venus in Libra opposes Jupiter retrograde in Aries. The opposition brings up your financial stability, especially if Jupiter retrograde is your cue to reel it in with unnecessary items or debts that you do not need to take on. Since Venus is ready to bring abundance into your life, it might be time to cut back on some of your investments to focus on a select few goals that are financially secure. At the same time that Venus is spending her first weekend in your income sector, the planet of money is not only benefiting from having the Sun here but from knowing they will become an even tighter unit over the coming weeks. It has been 3 years since the Sun and Venus were here at the same time, with the solar spotlight on your income situation, matters, and options as she works to make these some of the most lucrative weeks of any year. Having a goal in mind focuses you, but you can also find yourself burdened by having to do right all the time. This sort of pressure left unattended will burst out in inopportune ways: binging, self-critical depressions, resentment harbored against friends. If this reminds you of you, begin to counter these natural tendencies with their natural remedies: regular trips to a health club, if possible, or enjoy excessive amounts of pampering, steam bath, massage, horoscope readings. Share the work of taking care of yourself. This day marks the beginnings of a good period for you and those close to you, my friend. You will be animated by a powerful vibration to communicate. So, you could be coming to the end of a sort of effective, no man's land, that has been working on you for a while. You may also meet new people, but if you don't, your existing relationships will be consolidated at the very least. 2 months after Mercury returned for what is normally a 14 to 15-day visit, he is not only still here but today turns direct. Mercury did leave over a month ago, but just last week retrograded back in for a double-dip visit, with his direct turn today beginning a 9-day journey back out again. This is a rare opportunity to work with your ruling planet to revisit your options, game plan, and resolutions for this new solar year 9 days after your birthday month ended. This time with hindsight and knowing now what you didn't then. The moon not only returns to your romantic sector today, but just as Pluto moves into his final 7 days in retrograde motion here. This will not only give the spirit of romance a boost but will amplify a sense of romantic nostalgia for the last time while the doors are open to the past and second chances. Both planets in your relationship sector will stay in retrograde motion a little longer. Our eyes in the sky. The energy requires you to stay on your toes. It could pull you in different directions, but if you seize the day you'll benefit in the end. There is so much happening at once with today's transits. A strong pull between earth and fire has a hand in both moving things forward practically and jumping into things courageously. The moon is in Capricorn while the sun is in Libra, and there is a strong sense that we need to be brave today. Your creative passion is burning in your soul, but it requires some kind of organization. With a square between the loving sun in Libra and the domineering moon in Capricorn, there's a dynamic pull between structure and ambition. This is where the conflict arises and where you really need to hold it down. Remember that everyone thinks they're right. There is a conviction in the collective that could go either way. Pay close attention to the news you receive over the next few days, and don't give up on your dream. Mercury turns direct today, ending the current retrograde. With plenty of raw and real conversations going on, you might come to a conclusion that you've needed to understand for many years. This could completely change the direction of your internal compass. Never compromise your needs for the needs of others. After midnight, the moon enters Capricorn and ends its void of course that began yesterday afternoon. Over the next 2 days, we abandon Sagittarian optimism for Capricorn stoicism. The moon's transit through this sign can cause us to come off as cold or disinterested in our interactions with others. In reality, we are simply less demonstrative of our emotions. We are more reserved and calculating, weighing the risks and rewards of our choices. Life becomes a kind of cost-benefit analysis. In this frame of mind, sacrifices can be made for a long-term legacy we can be proud of. On the one hand, you see many of your strengths and feel pretty good about yourself. On the other hand, you feel the one nagging thing you haven't been able to quite work out dragging you down. If you continue to compare yourself to others, you will create a real problem for yourself. If you use the positive to confront the negative within yourself, you stand a chance of a real breakthrough. Try to keep yourself centered through some aerobic exercise to keep the fresh blood flowing. In the pre-dawn hours, Mercury stations direct after 3 weeks of being retrograde. Errors in judgments were particularly visible during the messenger planet's backspin through communication-oriented Libra and detail-obsessed Virgo. However, misunderstandings and missed appointments have been a blessing in disguise, compelling us to slow down, pause, and recalibrate. We've been forced to get extra clear about what we want, especially in our relationships. Although we are now clear to return to our seat at the negotiating table, Mercury will be moving through its post-retrograde shadow until October, so continue to exercise mindfulness.